This is great. Lamar Jackson probably just made the life for some of these kids back in Florida. So what he did over the weekend was return to his home high school team, the Boynton Beach Tigers. Okay. Now, if we all remember, some of the first videos I've ever seen of Lamar Jackson was when he was a Tiger. Look at him in that purple. He's been in purple for so long. I know he went to Louisville, not purple, but I think it just is right that some of the first videos I've ever seen him in was in purple. And so he spent his last 2 years at Boynton Beach once he transferred over there. He threw, let's just recap real quick what he did in high school there in 2 years. In 2 years, he threw for 2,263 yards, 31 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. He also ran for 1,624 yards and 22 touchdowns. Lamar put up over 50 touchdowns in high school over those 2 years. And he was named the Lou Groza Palm Beach County High School Player of the Year in 2014. We're going into 2025 season, 2014. So, Boynton Beach Tigers, they're playing a spring game. And they're down 13-0 at halftime. And then here comes Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP, Tigers alum. I can only imagine what it did for these kids. This is Najee Tobias on Instagram. Caught that he went on camera, that he went and talked to them at halftime. Now listen, we all know Lamar Jackson. He's not a rah-rah guy. This isn't a Ray Lewis type speech when he goes and talks to these kids. But he does it in Lamar's way, and he daps up almost everybody on the team. The audio wasn't great. It sounds like it was caught on somebody's phone or whatever. I try to, boom it up a little bit. But here he is talking to these kids at halftime.
How we down? How we down, y'all boys? I know Trey got y'all boys going crazy. Hey, it's small details. All right, small details. Jumping off side. All right, plus recovery. All right, we can win this game. We're gonna win this game. Sure. Yes, sir. We got a lot here. We got yes, sir. He ain't come out here for nothing. Offense, quarterback, start with you. Start with you. They do it. Lord. Oh
my God! That's got to be great for them. That's got to be great for them. I like how when he was, he did speak, and what did he do? He went and looked for the quarterback. Points to him. He's like, hey, it all starts with you. Okay, so if you're wondering, did they come out with the comeback? Did the Tigers get inspired and win? No, they did not. No, they did not. They did not end up winning. I see the chat you're asking. They did not win. That would have been a much better story. That they're down 0-13. And then he comes in, and they're like, look at this. Lamar Jackson's watching me. I got to play great. In front of greatness. No. No, they did not go on and win. However, Lamar did later go out and threw what I am telling you was an absolute effortless 50-yard dime to one of these kids out here. Okay? I've got the video, just a minute, courtesy of Samantha Rosif Photography. Hopefully I got that right for Samantha. Looks like a photographer down there in the Florida area. Okay? So look at this kid with the white hat on, gray shirt, black shorts. Lamar is about to make his life. Could you imagine? I would like to. I'm a 45-year-old woman. I mean, I played football in my backyard with all, the neighborhood kids. Could you imagine if football is all you do? And Lamar Jackson shows up on the field and he's like, all right, you know what? Go out for a pass, Here we go. And I'm just going to just a flick of the wrist. Flick of the wrist. Like it's nothing going 50 yards.
What are you? Oh, Wes, welcome. He's live for real, boy.
In the bread basket. Like it's nothing. Here's what's funny. Did you guys catch that? I couldn't tell if it was Lamar yelling it or somebody in the background. So the kid that he's throwing it to is white. And so I couldn't tell if it was Lamar or somebody else that yelled at Wes Welker. Like, you guys tell me, was it Lamar who yelled this?
What are you?
Just spin up and down. Look at this, taking off.
Oh, Wes, welcome.
Is that Lamar? Oh, that kind of sounds like Lamar.
Oh, Wes, welcome.
He said, oh, Wes Welker. Look at this. Look at it. Little wind back. Like it's nothing. Watch this ball sail.
He's live for real, boy.
Red basket. Could you imagine if you were, I don't know his name. I bet that kid, the high schooler, I bet he is like the man on campus this Monday morning. Everybody in his school knows what just happened. I'm so glad he caught that. I am so glad he caught that. He tracked the ball. There we go. And Lamar obviously right on the money. And he caught it. And I bet his whole school is sharing that on the TikTok, on Instagram, YouTube, whatever. He's going to have that clip for the rest of his life. I don't know what else he's going to do. I don't know what else he's going to do in his career. But man, I am happy for him. I am happy for that kid. That's just so cool. That's just so cool. Lamar out there does what he does best. Wes Welker flicks it, 50-yard, dime. He catches it. Good for him. I love to see Lamar back in the community. Love to see him back at his stomping grounds at his old high school. That is just great stuff from him. And let's just have a reminder. We know that Lamar was obviously underrated coming into the NFL. Ravens picking him up at number 32. Two-time MVP. Perpetually taking the Ravens to the playoffs. 305 Sports reminds us there were 28 quarterbacks ranked over Lamar Jackson in that 2015 class, and LJ was just a 3-star recruit. 3-star recruit. Can't define people too early in their lives. He was the number 12 ranked dual threat quarterback. So not just number 28 ranked overall, number 12 dual threat coming out of Boynton Beach. Completely underrated. And that just continues, which is why, and I don't always mean to go down these rabbit holes, that anybody that says, oh, he can never win the Super Bowl, just know the goalposts keep getting moved for Lamar Jackson. Transferring over to the school, 28 quarterbacks ahead of him, 3-star recruit, 11 dual threat quarterbacks ahead of him, goes to Louisville, just a Heisman Award winner and a finalist another year in a pro-style offense. He should switch positions, change him to wide receiver. Waits till the last pick of the first round of the draft, waiting all night with his mom there at the draft center. He's not going to make it to the NFL. He's not going to make it in the NFL. Takes over when Joe Flacco goes down his rookie year. A very mediocre Ravens team. Doesn't look like they're headed for the playoffs. Lamar comes in. I think they win like 7 of their last 8. Go straight to the playoffs. Oh, in the playoffs they lose. Chargers figured out the rookie. We've got the blueprint. 2019 MVP. Injured a couple times. 2023 MVP doing it more with his arm. 2024 MVP caliber should have had it. He keeps getting better in the playoffs. He keeps getting better. Keep trying to put limits on Lamar Jackson. Keep doing it. If you've been watching, you see he just keeps getting better in the playoffs. He's gonna break through. He's gonna break through. And when he does break through, he's probably going to be the highest paid quarterback again. Let me explain. Over the weekend, the 49ers and quarterback Brock Purdy, they struck up a new deal. It's the first time that he got a deal out of his rookie contract years. And listen, props to Brock Purdy. He was Mr. Irrelevant, correct? Correct? Certainly late getting picked up in the draft. And he turned that into a 5-year, $265 million contract. Good for him. This is a life-changing moment for him. He certainly has played over there in San Francisco well above anybody's expectations. Well above anybody's expectations. He is now he is paid $53 million per year with this new contract, which makes him tied for the 7th highest paid quarterback in terms of annual average salary. So that pushes Lamar, who just signed his contract, his new contract with the Ravens just over 2 years ago. This is how quickly the market changes. That puts Lamar at number 10 in the NFL with $52 million per year. Dak Prescott is number 1 on the list with $60 million per year, followed by Josh Allen, who actually just got a contract extension earlier this offseason. Joe Burrow is tied with him at $55 million. Trevor Lawrence is tied with them at $55 million. And Jordan Love is tied with them at $55 million. So 4 guys tied at number 2 behind Dak Prescott at $60 million. Then you got Tua Tagovailoa, Jared Goff, then Brock Purdy, and Justin Herbert. You'll notice Patrick Mahomes isn't even on this list because he signed that $500 million deal, 10-year deal a while back. Pfft, boy, is that looking phenomenal for the Kansas City Chiefs right now. You got those headlines that he gets paid $500 million, and it's like, holy moly. But man, what a great deal for the Kansas City Chiefs because they knew that he'd be good for 10 more years. But I digress. Lamar Jackson, for sure, is going to do a contract extension either this season or next offseason. It has to be a next offseason. Ravens can't operate with the $75 million cap hit, which is what it's scheduled to be. And when he gets his new deal, he will be the highest paid quarterback once again. Now, Colin Cowherd talked about, I mentioned this when the schedules came out. I was saying how absolutely easy the 49ers schedule is. So Brock Purdy getting all this money, $53 million a year. He better come up with some wins because this is an easy schedule, and Colin Cowherd puts it in perspective and says what Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes would do with his schedule.
I've been a skeptic on the last couple of drafts for the San Francisco 49ers. I had said this, they're getting old and expensive. I don't like their offensive line. I thought this year's draft was a lot of hit and miss with 11 picks, 4 or 5 I liked, 5 or 6 I didn't. But they have the easiest NFL schedule, I'm not joking, since the 2015 Atlanta Falcons. And it's based on 2 metrics. Number 1 is last year's results. So they're playing a lot of teams that were bad last year. And the second metric is a lot of teams that are projected to be lousy this year. So on 2 different metrics, they've got the easiest schedule. Now, I will say this. If you gave Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Matt Stafford, Josh Allen this schedule, it is 13 to 14 wins. This is an affront to competitive football. And I don't want to hear $55 million Brock Purdy. I don't want to hear any excuses, or I don't want to hear any pom-poms when he wins 10 games with this mess of a schedule. San Francisco, not only is this schedule littered with mediocrity, they don't face a single team off a bye. Okay. Outside of Matt Stafford twice and C.J. Stroud once, they don't face what people view as an elite quarterback. In fact, it's rookie quarterbacks. It's quarterbacks without 20 total starts. So I'm done with the Brock Purdy excuses.
It's well said. If you're going to get paid $53 million a year, you're going to be in the top 10. It's now time. Here's what's great about the 2 years following since Lamar Jackson signed his contract. We already knew this would be the case because historically he hasn't had great receiving cores. Once you start making that kind of money, you got to carry the team. You got to put that team on your back. We already saw Lamar doing that before he even signed his contract extension. And a lot of times guys will get paid and it's like, especially quarterbacks, and it's like, you can't play. Listen, we know how the quarterback market works, and whoever is in, like, if you're even in like the top 10 to 15 quarterbacks, you're going to be the next highest paid quarterback. That's just how it works. And so it's like, okay, you're going to start making that type of money. But can you do that on the field? You're not going to have money to go towards these weapons. You're not going to have as much money to go towards an offensive line. You're not going to have as much money for a defense. So a lot of times you'll see these guys get paid and then their teams just go downhill. We saw it in Baltimore with Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco was phenomenal in the Super Bowl. But as soon as he started making, money that was not on a rookie contract, it was just mediocrity for many years. Lamar Jackson, he signs a contract. 2023, he's in the 2-time MVP. 2024, he obviously could have won the MVP if he hadn't been robbed. 2 years since he's gotten paid, and all he's shown is, put this team on my shoulders. Yeah, I can handle putting this team on my back. Now, I'm happy they went out and got Derrick Henry. I'm happy that they finally started to get success with drafting in the wide receiver position, Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman, both having solid, years. Zay Flowers having over 1,000 yards. Rashad Bateman having 9 touchdowns. You just added DeAndre Hopkins. We'll see what he is. He's also a little bit older. You've got a great tight end room. Had three new starters on the offensive line. Let's hope things are a little bit better next year. It ended better than it started for sure. But Lamar Jackson is worthy of real quarterback money. And he's got a tough schedule every year doing it because he's always 2 years in a row, they just won the AFC North. Toughest division in football over the last decade. We've got the stats to prove it. We've used it before. Shown it before. It is without a doubt. It just doesn't feel like the toughest. It is. It has the highest win percentage outside of its own division over the last decade. Lamar, while playing other number 1 teams, while playing in the toughest division in football, justifies his contract and then some week in and week out. He's just got to finish in the playoffs. Just got to finish the playoffs, and he will. We'll see what Brock Purdy can do. He has overcome a lot of doubt, so you got to give him his props. His next hurdle is to do what Lamar's done. You start making money, and you still take your team to the playoffs.